Welcome back to our channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, your time. Thank you for your continuous support. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't and turn on the bell for more video. Welcome our new members to the old ones. God bless you. As you're supporting us here, may the Lord support you in everything you lay your hands. Amen. To the news in details. Guys, this is an exclusive interview by Arise News with Adebanjo. He speaks on restructuring and still stands by his words that once the nation is being restructured, Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, and other agitators will be silenced. I want you to listen. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe with the bell on. I will see us on my next video. Please watch.
Not the independent that the constitution we have now is an imposed constitution by the military. And the problem we are having in the country now is because of this constitution. People should get that one clear. It appears both Adebanjo Shehu and his boss, Buhari, they don't address the question. I have said that this constitution is a fraudulent constitution. It is not the constitution we agreed to at independence. It is not the constitution Saudana Oshogoto, Dr. Nnamdi Kanu, and Chief Obafe Mawolowo, Balewa, Mbono Ejike, the founding fathers of this country agreed to at independence. That is my contention. And I said, this present constitution was imposed on us in 1966. Whether we are talking of resource control, state police, all these agitations have been settled. And that is what the crisis in the country today. So when the military said they are going back to the barracks in 1999, the affair with Adebanjo said, send us back to the constitution you met us. This is not the constitution of our founding fathers. That is the crux of the matter, because I don't want to say much before you cut me off. So the question of restructuring is that restructure the country back to federalism, which our founding fathers agreed to. This unity form of government, with all its imperfections, with all its imposition, which has enslaved the South to the North, is imposed on us by the military. And Adebanjo Shehu and Buhari and all them, they have not disputed that question. That is what is troubling us. That's why I say Buhari and APC are the #1 enemy of Nigerian unity if they refuse to restructure the country back to federalism. I don't want secession,
okay, sir.
And I repeated, I have served for Nigerian independence more than even the president of the country.
Okay.
For 1 year, I was in Maiduguri campaigning for. Okay, what more do you want?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for that insight. Speaking still of the Constitution, I mean, a lot of people have said things along the line you have been saying. John Owodo, in fact, I was information minister then, before the swearing in of the new democratic government in 1999, did say he didn't even see the document. You know, he said that on a forum, I think, held by the newspaper outfit Daily Trust. And we had Abdulsalami Abubakar here, former president of Nigeria, that went for that. He said, yes, but you people can change it if it's not working, that we did what was best for the country at that point in time. So what's your reaction to Abdulsalami Abubakar saying you can change it if it's not working? Why have we not been able to change it, even with the fact that the APC campaigned for restructuring when they were coming in?
Thank you very much. Have we got the power to change it? Even at the time, thank you for referring to Abdulsalami Abubakar, we did not want to take part in the election of 1999 until we have a sovereign national conference to agree to the kind of constitution we have. It was Abubakar who persuaded us, who persuaded the Alliance for Democracy, that when we have our civilian government, we can do it. He's in a hurry, he doesn't want to wait. In fact, but for Abubakar, Alliance for Democracy couldn't have been registered, because under the Abacha conditions, we are not qualified. Because they said we will be registered in Sokoto and other places. And they know we haven't got money.
Constitution. Now, add to your comments also attempts by some people, some groups, to come up with what they call a people's constitution outside the purview of the National Assembly.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, you say, why has it not been changed? Attempt to change it has not been responded to by the government of the day. It was an attempt to change it. We don't want violence. We were asking for a constitutional conference, sovereign national conference, to agree to how we are going to live together in peace. If you are not returning us back to the constitution of 1960. That is the attempt. Then the then president, Obasanjo, said there can be no two sovereignty. And I explained then emphatically that no, we are not talking of the sovereignty of the incumbent president. We are talking of the sovereignty of that conference that agreed to the way we are going to live together. That whatever we agree to at that conference is not subject to amendment by any body, either to add to or to subtract. That is sovereignty we had, but we are not heeded to. Then they said, number one, until Jonathan in 2014 set up something very, very similar or acceptable to us. And that is the recommendation in 2014 conference, which embodies practically everything that we are calling for under a federal system, which is typical and identical to what we had at independence. Although Jonathan couldn't implement it, when he was handing over to the President Buhari, he said, this is the most important document I'm handing over to you. But President Buhari said, I'm putting it in the archives. That is why we are in trouble. And you see, except people are just pretending. We know our problem. The problem is this constitution that skewed everything in it against the South. There's no time for me under this program to tell you what injustice is there. And that's why I say, you said before that Absalom confirmed what I said. I have always repeated, and people thought that I said, this constitution is a fraudulent constitution. We don't make it. It is the military that make it. And we say, we the people of the Federal Republic, we don't make it. Are we federal? That is the basis of my saying this constitution is fraudulent. And that has been repeated by the late Rotimi Williams. That the preamble of our constitution is fraudulent. We are not. It is because of that now. It is that sovereign national conference we are asking for, which was attempted to in 2014, that which Buhari has refused to do, that is causing this problem. If he does not do it, he wants to impose this military constitution on us. And that is what is causing the question of people who feel cheated to say they want to get out of Nigeria. All the provisions we are complaining about are in this constitution. If there is any change Nigeria wants to keep together in peace, it is the change of this constitution. To go into the details of the evils in it will be wasting a lot of time. But that the bottom line is this constitution is unacceptable.
Well,
and if they are an attempt to pretend you don't know what is happening, that's why I say the President Buhari is the number one enemy of Nigerian unity. When we tell you this is what is going to keep us together, and we refuse to attend to it, and you don't give us the alternative, which we just want to carry on, which is confirming our own accusation that you want to Fulanize the country. If you don't want to, I say ever address us and say, what is your fear? There's no fear there. He just pretends as if who is talking. And that's what is causing trouble.
Yes, sir. As you said, sir, our constitution is premised on fraud and is more often observed in the breach, yet the authorities seem wedded to it. So a lot of people have completely lost hope that President Buhari will, attend to the urgent issue of restructuring and are looking to 2023. So my question for you, sir, do you believe that President Buhari will include in his legacy restructuring Nigeria, or do we need to look to 2023? And also for 2023, I know you don't want to give away too much information on air, but has Afenifere come to a position about 2023? Will you be supporting, I imagine, a president from the South, but will it be somebody from the Southwest or Southeast?
We are very definitely Afenifere. We are not prevaricating. The question of presidency now for us does not arise. This country is in pieces now. Until that one is done, then we talk about where the presidency will go. The presidency will go to where the Constitution provides. We are not going to do another election or be in this country where a section of the country will be dictating to us who will be the president at his grace. No. That is why we don't believe in any election now until this constitution is scrapped and the agreed one is agreed to with the principle of federalism strictly observed. Pure and simple.
Okay, but if this constitution is not changed before 2023, are you saying, because you also use the term, we will not be in a country where some other people will dictate for us. Are you saying that Afenifere is not going to support the 2023 elections? Because you're saying presidency is not on the card, but we have another election cycle coming. So if the constitution is not
it is clear. You only want to hear it from me. We say we are not interested in election. I know people don't buy it. But they see the deceit in the Buhari government trying to do an election. An election now is a diversion. With this confusion in the country, security bad, economy bad, education bad, we are in a state of flux in the country.
But elections must go
on. And any sensible person, any patriot, you see, I have said my own. We don't believe in any election until the question of the country is settled peacefully.
But elections must go on.
But for any election now, well, we will see the results.
What results?
I will say more.
Well, Chief, Garuba Shehu is saying that the president, that is President Buhari, cannot be intimidated. And that those who criticize the president, they are trying to intimidate him. Specifically, he also pointed out that this government will not organize another national conference, and that those who are asking for a national conference should perish the thought. Do you think that a national conference at this time will help to douse tension, particularly across the southern regions where there have been calls for, as Tundum pointed out earlier, secession?
Thank you. You see, when we accuse these people of being a dictatorship, they tell us we are just blaming them. How can Garuba Shehu say the president is not interested in anything when the people of the country say this is what we want? Is he not a Democrat? Did he not claim to have been although being a military man, that is now a born-again Democrat? Is that democracy? You see, I won't talk much on this program because all the things we have been accusing Garuba Shehu and the APC and Buhari in particular, that they have a hidden agenda, they do it in many ways. And those of us who know them tell us, you can't deceive us again. How can an elected government, elected president say he will not listen to what the people are saying? That you must continue with all the agitations of the north, east, west, and south, that this constitution is oppressive, we don't want it, that you could just carry on. It's just unacceptable. That's why I say we are living under a civilian dictatorship under Buhari. It's only a dictatorship that won't listen to the people. What right does Adebanjo to say we are not going to do this? Who is he? Is the government not elected? If the people elected him now that they say they want this, why should he say no? If it's not a military dictatorship. That shows you the condition we are. And whatever name we call this government, we are not only labeling them, we are telling you the reality. And that is what the spokesman is saying. When the spokesman does not listen, when they say, he openly claimed that they are not a listening government. I am speaking because I believe I'm a Democrat. After all, the man is speaking for now. I campaigned for him in 2007 when he said he was going to do restructuring because so there's no bitterness against us, but we must do the things that the people want. That's my stand. He cannot say no. And that's our complaint. Look at the arrogance of that statement, that we don't do it, in spite of the claim of the North, the South, and everybody. And you said that earlier when I said, this constitution, we don't do it. We want to confirm, and the man who did it confirm. And when President Adebanjo was saying he will change the constitution under which to have a second sovereignty, I told you, you don't know what in the constitution says you swore to. As if Absalom confirmed it. That is the cause of the matter, and that is what you presidents should help us to. We are saying the constitution is a fraudulent one. It's not our constitution. The man who gave us confirmed that we don't do it, and he said he has left it to us. And the man who is to do it says he's not going to do it. What is the upside? What is the inference? The inference is I couldn't care. I'm here. So, but I think, except you just want to draw the wool against people, we should tell Buhari and his company that we are intelligent people. We haven't got cattle heads. When people say this is what they want, it is the beauty of a democratic government, a democratic president, to listen to the people. Who does Adebanjo speak?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that insight. Real quickly, I want us to talk about secession in Yoruba land. What's your take on Sunday Igboho and his group? And he's been meeting kings in Yoruba land, some kings, and they've been saying, okay, yeah, we understand what you're doing. He says that the Yorubas in diaspora are with him. He's got some backing by some intellectual base. What's your take about all of this?
My dear, if you listen to all that I'm saying, Igboho is speaking for the youth, discontented youth of this country. They are too anxious for what I'm asking for. That is why I tell you, I don't support their issue, but I don't oppose it. Because if you don't do the needful to keep us together, we cannot, the youth are too impatient now to be suffering under this constitution. That is why I say to prevent the Igbohos increasing, the Nnamdi Kanus increasing, the Igboho people increasing, change this constitution to what is acceptable. To talk otherwise is to pretend not to know our problem. And I've said it before in the previous interview. If Buhari and the government are kind enough or patriotic enough to do the needful by restructuring this country now, they will silence the Igbohos forever. They will silence the Nnamdi Kanu forever. They will silence Igboho. Or us separately, they silence them. But the moment you can feel on it, you give impetus to them. You are encouraging secession. People don't want to stay. But nobody want to stay under an unacceptable constitution. And we say it. You pretend you don't know. So when we say this is why they are crying, and you have never come out to say what is your problem. You want to suppress them by force? It's impossible. What the Igboho is doing is the balance of people don't make peaceful change possible. We make violent change inevitable. We are the people who want peaceful change. So asking for restructuring, this is where I stand. But if the people who make the change don't do it, they can get the result they have. It is they who are encouraging secession. And that's why I say Buhari is number one enemy of Nigerian unity. Buhari and the APC. Because they know what is causing the trouble. They know what is causing agitation for secession. We said that they refuse to. What is your take? When you say this is your trouble and the doctor tells you, take this medicine, you don't take it, and you say, no, you want peace. The equation is clear. Buhari and APC, Buhari in particular, has a hidden agenda by refusing to restructure the country with the popular wish of the people of the country. Now, to talk of election is a diversion. Let us have a country first, and we peacefully agree to an elections. Afenifere is not supporting any candidate now. Our aim now is for a peaceful change of this constitution, to have peace. Those of us who have invested in Nigeria, we don't want it to break. But the Buhari and the APC should not do things to encourage people who want to break because of the iniquities in this constitution imposed on us. Simple. The treatment is clear, except people are drawing wool across people's eyes. And we are intelligent enough in the South to know all this. Don't buy, I beg you, are you pressmen? Don't buy all this propaganda that people are putting off. They have money to spend, that's their affair. I've been in this game for the past 70 years when many of them were not born. Or when many of them, including the president, were in primary school or at toddlers. So I know what I'm talking about. I cannot spend all my years, 85% of my life has been spent on the unity of this country. I cannot at this age now open my eyes and allow the country to break. Oh Lord will not forgive me. He spent all his life fighting for Nigeria. Even against the opposition of those who now believe in structuring. We are responsible for the creation of states to get the minorities to be in Nigeria. How can we do after doing all that now? Open our eyes and allow people who are not born then to break the country. And we tell them, this is what will break the country. Please don't do it. They don't do it. You pressmen, you don't address yourself to that. You don't address yourself to Garba and say, no, these people don't want secession. They say the constitution you have is an imposed one. Have they answered that question? They said the question was done by military against them. You don't answer that question. It is the military that created more states in the north than the south. It is the military that created more local government in the north than in the south. It is the military that now says our revenue will be divided on the number of local government in the country. That's not a cheating thing. So let us continue to develop the iniquities and obnoxious conditions in this constitution which people are opposed to. Yoruba land, we don't stay under it anymore. That is the question you should answer. Don't continue to say, you want to break. Why do you want to break? You don't stay in a club that is unfavorable to you. You stay in a club that you have an advantage. When being in a club is a question of oppression, you get out.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your time and your insight as always.